Hey everyone, well, it's finally happened. Midjourney has finally released a website. Now, to be honest, this is just the beta version of phase 1, so don't get super excited yet, but I think there's a lot to unpack in here. Plus, I think there's enough here that it shows us kind of where Midjourney's headed, or at least some forks in the road. Okay, let's dive in. So sadly, this looks like the end of my running gag of having Midjourney generate images of its own website up using the prompt imagine UX for an image generating website named Midjourney. Anyhow, here is the grand reveal, and everyone has access to this. It is beta.midjourney.com. Overall, I think it looks really great, really nice, really clean. Now, the old website is still up, and as you can see via the community feed, the images are exactly the same, so the old site and the new site are working in tandem. First off, we have a very nice quality of life feature with the light mode and the dark mode. Much appreciated for that. We're just gonna leave it on dark mode because only psychopaths use light mode. Just to give you an idea of how much faster the site is responding, if we go to the old site and just simply refresh it, you've got about this long before it pops back up, whereas with the new site, that's how long it is. They've mentioned in previous office hours that near instantaneous is a benchmark that they are definitely aiming for the new website. One thing that immediately stood out to me is the fact that the community feed now has very much a feeling of an endless scroll. You could do this on the old version, but it would tend to get hung up with a load more once you hit a certain point. The new community feed, I mean, it just kind of keeps going. It's pretty impressive. Now, admittedly, if you just zip right down to the end, you will hit a we're loading more screen. But the fact that there are as many images as there are before you hit that point, I mean, you would have to intentionally be not looking at images in order to hit that. And to be honest, I've always felt that the community feed is a very valuable resource, although frustrating to use at times in the old version. For example, taking this image by Brandon MC, it's a really cool double exposure image, and we can check out Brandon's prompt as well, which is a great way of picking up token ideas, prompt structure ideas, and even, weight ideas and dash commands. I really do like this image a lot, so I'm gonna drop a little heart on it. I've got some thoughts on that. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But first, another interesting learning technique. I do think most of you know this, but we have a search image button down here that will come up with images that are stylistically related to that initial image. So it has the effect of creating kind of a cozy rabbit hole for you to dive down, checking out prompts and seeing what various keywords and tokens seem to really stand out. Additionally, this carousel is actually really nice and very responsive. I'm just using my mouse wheel here to scroll up and down. So yeah, very nice. Now, a few small things that are missing in the new version. For one, if you were to hover over Brandon's thumbnail in the old version, you could see that this is a V5 upscale. In the new version, there is no indication of what version someone is using. And while that may not seem like a big deal, I actually do feel that we've hit the point where you should use different versions for different aesthetic purposes. The other thing that's missing from the new version is the fact that we can only see the upscaled version. In the old version, you could actually go to this parent and you could actually see the 4-grid initial roll. Swinging over to your images, or my images in this case, we can see, every image that you have ever generated in Midjourney. It's kind of fun actually scrolling through them. The old version was not very good at this. This is a much nicer experience. On top of it, we have a search that actually finally works, and dynamically as well. So let's grab our old friend, the man in the blue business suit. We've used him on the channel a lot. So if I just type in business, there he is, the man in the blue business suit. And I have every image that I've rolled up with our man in the blue business suit. There are a lot of them too. Running up another recurring character, the cyberpunk woman with white hair. We have all of our images of her. Apparently, I guess it was June 19th of 2023. This was the first image that I rolled up with that character. So one interesting thing is that you can't search similar images off of your own image, which is kind of a strange omission, right? I think that may be something that will be coming later, considering that that was something you could do in the old version. As you can see It's still hanging right there. See, that's what I mean. The new version is just so much snappier and faster. Okay, there it is. So yes, you can see, images that are related to my cyberpunk woman with white hair. You can also see the parent here, and I can also see that I spelled photograph wrong there. Maybe that'll be coming along at some point in the new design as well, is a spell checker. Now, in the new version, we do have access to copy the prompt, the job ID, the seed, the image, or the image URL. What we can't do that we could in the old version is hop directly to the image generation in the Discord. Now, I am hoping that does appear and there isn't sort of an intentional wall being built between the website and the Discord. I don't believe that to be the case, but I do find it very handy to, hop back over to the Discord. We can now make variations on it. I can now spell photograph correctly. Now, of course, the elephant in the room is the fact that you can't actually generate on the website yet. There is an Imagine tab, you just can't use it. We'll talk about that in just a minute. The other, I guess, kind of grousing that I'm hearing a lot is the fact that you can't search by date range. That's actually not that big a deal to me, considering that there are dates and the site is so responsive as you kind of scroll. In fact, it's actually kind of easy just to scroll down to see the first image that you've ever generated in Midjourney. For example, this is the first image that I generated in Midjourney back in version 3. This is 2B PC game Girl See Behind. Clearly I was playing Nier at the time. And just for fun, here's that exact same prompt today. So if it's been a while since you've seen your first Midjourney image, scroll to the bottom, check it out. And of course, Rate Image is still available on the website as it was previously. Hey, it's my shirt. The beta site is also available on mobile. It looks nice, very responsive, and maybe when you're stuck in line at the grocery store, you can just rate some images. So circling back to the biggest missing feature of the fact that you can't generate on the website, that is supposed to appear sometime within the next month in phase 2. But that is Midjourney time, meaning maybe it's a month, maybe it's 2 months, maybe it's a week from now. Who knows? We don't have any word on if more advanced features such as Vary Region will be integrated into prompting on the website, nor the upcoming and very interesting 3D feature. But if you look in the Imagine prompt box, there is kind of a gearbox here. Obviously, we can't see what's behind it, but maybe we'll have some aspects of those features that are integrated in. Now, one thing that I am interested in seeing how they handle is if you look at the bottom left of the site, you'll see that the community tab, which just leads you back to the Discord, is the first listed. And I don't think that's by mistake. It has been repeatedly mentioned as to how they plan to integrate the social aspect of Midjourney into the website. The community aspect on Discord, in my opinion, is pretty much responsible for the rabid Midjourney user base. The natural concern is how do you integrate those two communities without splitting them in half, like, the front and back half of the plane in Lost. Weren't expecting a Lost reference there, were you? Overall, I think this is a really great first step for Midjourney out of Discord. And to me, this is all bonus since I very rarely went to the site to begin with. Although I'll admit, I'm going to be a little bit sad when the blue screen of Midjourney death is finally retired. I thank you for watching. My name is Tim.